Hello everyone. I want to take just a few minutes to show you some features of Zoom that I have discovered over the last several months. These are things that will either make you a better participant for the other people in the meeting or improve your own experience in the Zoom meeting. First of all is to mute yourself when you're not speaking. So you'll see right now that Cuddly Monster is muted. The other participants, Professor Poultry, George, and myself, are either not muted or maybe don't have audio connected at all. To mute yourself, just move the mouse, or if you're on a touchscreen device, just touch the Zoom screen, and you'll see the Zoom controls down here at the bottom. Just click on the mute button. Just remember to click on it again when you're ready to start talking. By keeping yourself muted except when you're speaking, you reduce the risk that any background noises from your environment will cause feedback or distraction for other participants in the meeting. The other thing that you want to do at the beginning of the meeting is to make sure that your screen name is appropriate to the meeting that you're in. So for example, right now, my screen name is Aunt Barbara. That works really well when I'm in a meeting with my nieces and nephews, but might not play as well when meetings with my students or my faculty colleagues. So if I just click here in, or move the mouse over my thumbnail, I can click these three dots up here and rename myself to something that's appropriate for the particular meeting that I'm in. You may also, at points during the meeting, wish to stop your video so that other participants can't see what's going on in your immediate environment. To do that, you just come down here to the Stop Video control and click Stop Video. And you'll notice now that my video is completely gone. So this is a little misleading because it makes it look like I'm no longer in the meeting, even though I really am. You can tell that there's a missing person by looking at this Participants tab with the number 4 in it. There are 4 participants, but we're only seeing 3 videos. You can change that in several different ways. The easiest one is to just go over to this video control, click the arrow next to it, and go to Video Settings. One of the video settings that right now is checked is Hide Non-Video Participants. If I uncheck that and then close the video settings, now I get a thumbnail of myself with no video. This is my profile picture. It's a good idea to have a profile picture so that if you're not sending video, the other participants can at least see what you look like. We'll talk about how to upload a profile picture in a few moments. In the meantime, I would like you to actually see me while I'm speaking, so I'm going to start the video back up. All right, another option down here from those video controls is a virtual background. Right now, it looks like I'm in my office, actually my old office on campus, but I'm not really. I'm actually sitting in my kitchen and I'm projecting a virtual background behind me. So you can load virtual backgrounds by going down to this video area, clicking the arrow for more options, and then choose virtual background. Okay, this participants control down here, if you click on it, you'll see a list of all participants in the meeting. So some things that you can do from the participants area are to raise your hand. You can answer yes or no to a question that someone's asked. You can indicate go slower, go faster, and there are a few other things here. So the last thing that I clicked was no. That will stay there until I either click no again or the meeting host clears all of the reactions from the participants list. Some other things that you can do from the participants tab, if you point to yourself and choose more, you can rename yourself or edit your profile picture right from there. To close this participants list, just click the X. Right now, I'm in what's called gallery view. I see thumbnails of all of the meeting participants equally sized. The other view is called Speaker View. If I click on Speaker View, one person's video is highlighted or made large. For the other participants in this meeting, it would be my video that's filling up their screen because I'm the person who's speaking. On my screen, I don't know how Zoom is deciding who to highlight. You'll notice though over here, I see myself speaking. I can see some of the other thumbnails by clicking one of these buttons at the top here. This meeting doesn't have a lot of people in it, so I can actually see everybody. In meetings with large numbers of participants, you may need to scroll up or down. There will be arrows to do that, to see more people. All right, I'm going to go back to gallery view here. Another way of highlighting a particular person's video is to point to their thumbnail, click on the blue dots, and pin video. And then their video will fill the screen regardless of who's speaking. To unpin the video, just click Unpin Video in the upper left. Notice that when I unpinned the video, I automatically went back into Speaker View. If I don't want to be in Speaker View, I'll click Gallery View and go back to where I'm seeing everybody at the same size. Right now, I have Zoom in full screen. I can click the Exit Full Screen if I want to have another window open at the same time. So I can make this smaller. So say I want to have a Google Doc open so I can take notes with my video. Just really try to make sure that any other applications you're using are related to the meeting that you're in. You really want to try your best to be as present as possible for your current meeting. And then I can maximize that window. It's almost like being full screen, except Zoom reacts slightly differently, and I can see my taskbar down here at the bottom of the window. Just to view the differences real quick, if I go into Speaker View, now the thumbnails of the other meeting participants are across the top instead of floating off to the side. When we're not using Zoom full screen, the participants button opens the participants list off to the side. There are two ways to close it. You can either click the arrow here and then choose close, or you can just click the participants button again and it'll close. If the meeting host has enabled chat, you can click the chat button, and depending on the level to which they've enabled chat, you can send a message to everyone, to the meeting host, or to individual participants in the meeting. Again, to close the chat, you can either click the down arrow up here, or you can click the chat control button in the Zoom window. If the host has enabled sharing for participants, you can click Share Screen and choose an application that's running on your computer to share with the other people in the meeting. And then you would click Share. I'm not going to do that right now because I think Professor Paltry has something that he wants to share with us. Yes, Professor Paltry prepared a PowerPoint for us. Notice that when Professor Paltry started sharing his screen, we immediately went back into full screen Zoom mode. Now the thumbnails for the meeting participants are over here on the right. And we have a couple of options. First of all, if we come up here to the top, under View Options, we click the little down arrow. There are some options. Right now, we're in side-by-side mode. If I uncheck that, then the thumbnails will be floating. I can move them to other places, but they're going to cover up part of what Professor Paltry is sharing with us. I can reduce this so that I see only one person. I can reduce it further so that I just see who's talking without actually seeing any video. Or I can go back to the view options and view side by side. So now what Professor Poultry is sharing is slightly smaller on my screen, but I can see all of it and I can see other participants. I can also move the cursor to this space in between the shared content and the videos of the other participants, and I can click and drag to change the proportion of the screen that's showing the shared content. So the only content in Professor Poultry's PowerPoint is this one slide about uploading a profile picture in Zoom. So if you want to upload a profile picture while you're not already in a Zoom meeting, you can log in at zoom.us, click on Profile, and then you'll have an opportunity to change your profile picture. I want to thank all of you for taking the time to watch this video to the end. I hope you found parts of it helpful. I hope you'll also continue to explore and experiment in Zoom to make the Zoom meetings that you're attending the best that they can be for you. Finally, when you're ready to leave a Zoom meeting, just click the Leave button.